Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing a Walking Dead comic book series type of video, because I haven't done one of these for a bit, and we did get a new issue of The Walking Dead this week. In this one, we're going to give our thoughts on a possible love interest for Negan with this new character, the Princess. And spoiler warning, as per usual, if you are not caught up for the Walking Dead comic book series, I did a review on Wednesday for issue 171, which was the Fear the Princess issue. Pretty cool issue. If you missed it, check out the review. It's in the channel. That way you're kind of up to speed on what this video is going to be about. So I want to do this one partially because Fear the Walking Dead is kicking off this Sunday. You've got the preview special for the Walking Dead hitting on Sunday as well too. So that's going to be 3-hour block on Sunday. So once that starts, and once Fear the Walking Dead's second half of Season 3 starts, and we start getting closer to the Walking Dead Season 8, there's going to be just about no time to do Walking Dead comic book series type of videos. So this one I definitely wanted to do because there was a lot of discussion about it, and I wanted to give my thoughts on some of the discussion about the new character and also the comic book series. So this year's been, like I said, spoiler warning, a strange year for the Walking Dead comics. It's gone in a different direction, I think, than a lot of us expected it to. We've seen a pretty huge character death that almost none of us expected, and just some different things that Kirkman is doing with the series a lot of us didn't didn't really foresee happening. So it's different. Some people really didn't like issue 171. I thought it was okay. I thought it was about average. I think I gave like a 7. Because I thought that made sense for what it should be. It should be about that. You could say, some people said 5. Well, you could view it that way if you want to. It was a bit of a short release in terms of the Walking Dead comics and what we're used to. And also the other thing about the comic, if I have to say there's one thing about the comic versus the show, that one of the reasons why I really prefer the show in a lot of ways is because, and it's not even just, it's not fair, to compare the two in this way. But the thing is that the comics, you only get, one issue. You get a cover, and then you get like 20, 22, 24 depending pages of it, and then you got to wait for another month to get it. So each year you're only getting 12 issues unless they do extra, and some of those issues like issue 171, they just don't have that much to them. They're issues, but it's like, how much does it advance the story? Pretty much 171 brings in this new character, gives us some understanding of what this character's about. It kind of sets things off to find out more about the character, but that's basically the issue, and the Easter egg for the godfather of zombie apocalypse, George A. Romero. But aside from that, it's like then you got to wait another month to get another release. So the thing is, one of the reasons I love the TV series is because they drop, you don't get it every month of the year, so you don't get 52 episodes a year. That'd be sweet if they could do that. There's no way they could do that. But when it is on, the 16 weeks of the year that it is on, every episode has a lot of, at least it should have a lot of progression in terms of the story to the next part each episode. Now there's certain cases where some weeks it won't advance that much, or the stuff that happens maybe you don't care about because maybe you don't like Tara and Heath or whatever, and you don't care about that part. But it should advance the story more than the comics are going to be able to, because the comics are just 24 pages or whatever with letter hacks and a cover. So there just isn't as much released, in a time as when you get a full episode that could be 40 minutes or an hour long if it's extended. That's a lot of opportunity to really push that story ahead versus the comics where you don't get that much room to do so. So I definitely understand a lot of people didn't like the issue, that kind of thing. And this year, maybe they're feeling like this year that the story hasn't advanced that quickly. But we have had some pretty big deaths if you think about it. And, I'm sure, I trust in Kirkman. I think he's setting some things up right now for a big issue 200. I'm looking for things to get a lot better around 200. And right now I'm kind of looking at it as this issue with 171 is a longevity type of issue. You're bringing in a new character, you're giving them a cool angle, and we're going to wait and see what that amounts to. But, that's an issue for the future. That's an issue to keep the story going as you have characters being killed. You do have to bring in new characters here and there, even if you don't always use them that much right away. So then we have the first comment was from Lucas Bedford and David Welch, as well as some of you other guys as well there too. who David said, no doubt this is Negan's future girl. And then Lucas said, potential love interest for Negan? Maybe. And I like this one. A lot of people also, I can't mention everybody who left a comment. You guys know who you were. But yeah, that was definitely the talk after the issue was released, is that this girl, Juanita Sanchez, would be perfect, the princess of Pittsburgh, would be a perfect match for Negan, because she, and I think that might be true, because she's kind of crazy, right? And Negan, of course, is crazy too. She's kind of badass, you know. She's got like a super, you know, huge gun that's bigger than she is. Crazy colors and this kind, you know, this kind of deal, dyeing her hair and this kind of thing with the shades and all that. So she's kind of zany and wild and out there, and Nuts talks way too much and it's just kind of nuts. So we'll have to see if that's where he's going with it. But I definitely have to agree with all you guys that I think she would be, you know, a perfect possible love interest for Negan. It would be quite funny to see her and Negan together, if that's what Kirkman is going to do here, and that's what we're going to see, you know, in maybe before issue 200 or something. It'd be a while to get there, you know, because there's other stuff that's happening in the meantime. But I would not be surprised if in the next couple trades, like in 20 issues or 30 issues or something, they meet each other and they're both, you know, being crazy as they are. And, you know, there's some kind of connection there, or Negan starts crushing on her or something. Yeah, so it could be funny. They definitely would make an odd-looking couple, though, because she's, like, you know, like short and everything, and just purple and pink and everything, and then him and Negan bat and everything just going crazy. Well, he's got to get another bat, right? So, but, yeah, so I do like it, and maybe you guys are right. Maybe that's exactly what Kirkman is setting up here. You can leave your comments below and let me know what you guys think about that after reading issue 171, if you think the princess could be a good love interest for Negan. I can't really think of Negan being with somebody who's normal. You kind of need, I think you need him to be with somebody who's crazy, just like him, you know, in that way. And she definitely fits that bill. I think she could be that character for Negan. Does he need a love interest, or should he get a love interest at all? So leave your comments below and let me know what you guys think about that, and a possible love interest between Negan and the princess. Possible relationship would be funny. Guitar Whelp says, social justice ruins yet another franchise. It's true, man. It's like an SJW movement is what we're seeing in a lot of cases. And with The Walking Dead, in terms of the quota, I like, one of the lines I like from the princess is that she kind of calls it out, like how you have such a mixture, you know, different people, different nationalities and stuff. And I saw that a lot. There was also kind of the one that people said was forced with what was it, Magna and Yumiko before. I think it was the two of them, that they're gay, right? So yeah, you know, I understand what you guys are saying like that, and that's not as bad as like something like if you look at Marvel lately, where they've taken so many of the male superheroes archetypes like Wolverine and a lot of the others, and they've made them female. In some cases it's okay, but in other cases it's like they're trying so hard to be just SJW clear. You know, they don't want people to. It's like, you know what, they're just looking for things. A lot of people out there are just looking for things to try to correct and to try to, you know, warrior on about or argue about, and that's just what they want to do. I don't think it makes sense to give them any credence or listen to them at all for just their nonsense. But yeah, so that's something I've seen quite a bit. Undead Sick 83 says, "Hey Trev, to me this issue proved that Robert Kirkman doesn't know what to do anymore with the comics." He's clearly running out of ideas here. Princess is a dumb-looking and boring character, in my opinion. The comics are becoming an as the world turns kind of thing that has no more graphic moments, shocking stuff, and gore. Even the Whisperer War was kind of meh. What do you think? So I do have to agree with you as far as part of this goes, that the Whisperer War was a little bit of a letdown. It was amazing. It had an awesome start, an awesome middle, and the ending, it ended without us seeing a definitive winner, I want to say, and it kind of, it was like a Whisperer War, but then it morphed into a different type of story. It like went from Whisperer War to No Way Out in the same, like in one fell swoop. It didn't feel like, it felt like the two merged together, and we didn't see that. But I do think that partially that could be because you know, Beta is such a good villain, and the Whisperers are such an interesting villain that maybe he didn't want to, you know, just have them be killed off just then and there. He wants the series to go on a long time, and you know, you're only going to get so many Negans. You're only going to get so many characters like that that are really connect well with the audience. And I think that Beta did definitely connect well with the audience, and the Whisperers have. So they could be a group that could last a lot longer. He could have gone the Fear of the Hunters route, where they come in, it's extremely scary, extremely exciting. Rick and the others defeat them, and then move on with the story. But I think he's kind of. I think he's kind of adding some elements to the story. He's making it bigger. He's bringing in a lot of different. He's got a lot of different things going on at once. He's making it more like the Walking Dead world, and this has been happening a lot the last few years. Some people don't really like it that much, but he's been kind of expanding on the Walking Dead. So you don't just have Rick at the forefront all the time, just trying to survive, but you have, you know, Rick, you got Negan, you got Maggie, you got different groups here, you got different villains even, you got kind of a mix here, so Negan goes off there, what's Maggie going to do over here, and then you got Eugene and the others, they're over there, and then you got this happening here, and then you got Dwight there. You just have a lot of different elements coming together, and what it does is, because you're releasing a comic, you don't get to progress that much because you don't have one group altogether, so you have these different elements progressing in different locations on a bigger, you know, a palette, let's say, in terms of, like, you want to think in terms of art. So you have all these different things happening at once, and you're kind of building these set pieces up. It's going to take longer to build up, but then when you come to some kind of a war and you have all these different elements involved, it could be really, really exciting. So at this point, I'm personally just happy that the comic book series is still ongoing, that he's still producing it. We're all going to have our favorite parts here or there that were our favorite, you know, sections of the comic, and for me, it's probably All Out War. For some of you guys, it might be the Whisperer War. For others, it might be Made to Suffer, or, you know, a lot of these different parts of the series. But I do think that, you know, we should be appreciative that the series is still going, because, to be honest, I don't even buy, like, Marvel Comics anymore, or a lot of DC stuff. Batman stuff is always pretty much good, though, but a few exceptions to it. But we should just be happy that he's still producing it this many years later, because it's been going for so long, so many issues, and to have the same creative team doing that many issues is, you know, it's kind of rare to see. It's very rare, actually, to see that continue on to that. So we got to give him a gimme here and there. We got to. I think we have to. We got to be like, okay, cool. So this issue wasn't that amazing or whatever, but, you know, we got to chill a little bit and give him some time to build a new type of story that he's trying to build here. But is he running out of ideas? I don't know. The second time we saw the phone thing or the radio thing, I was like, you know, I felt like it was a repeat of Rick earlier, but then it ended up not being, because it ended up being that Eugene was actually talking to somebody. But but you guys get what I'm saying. It just kind of felt like, you know, I'm not sure. But, you know, we'll see. Let's give him a chance. Let's see where they go with issue 200. Let's see what happens as we get closer to there. So, but I don't hate the princess personally. I just think it's kind of a crazy character, and kind of like, would she really be there? It depends. You know, if she is you know, dressed that way on purpose to grab people's attention, to focus on her and not see something else happening around them, then definitely that could make sense for sure. That's a good strategy. But we'll have to see. I'm sure she's got some secret she's hiding, and there's got to be some way she survived all this time by herself. You know, she has to have some skills or be kind of crafty. She's just kind of a different character from what you would expect to see at this point. And we'll do like one more. Next one's from, or last one will be from Alejandro Espinosa, who says, "Let me put this out there, since I don't know if anyone else will. Michone hollering away, 'Hello,' is super out of character. I don't care what the intention was. Machine would never risk such a thing." That's true. You know, the intention was to make it a Easter egg, kind of just something for George Romero. You know, now that he's gone. So I feel like maybe Kirkman felt like he had to put that in there. You know, just because it was such a big, I'm sure that had a huge effect on him, because, you know, if it wasn't for George Romero, he may not have ever made The Walking Dead, and then we really don't know, you know, what his life. I'm sure The Walking Dead has, you know, been such a huge success for him that his life would be totally different without, you know, having done that. I'm sure he would have done fine with Invincible and other series he had, but eventually, but definitely, I'm sure he was maybe depressed or really sad to hear that, because of who who, you know, George Romero, you know, was. So, yeah, you know, I hear you, though. You are right. You're not wrong. You are right that it's out of character for Michone to do that. She usually doesn't do... She's pretty smart, usually, right? She doesn't usually do careless, reckless things like that. But, you know, it's whatever. It's, you know... We got to give them one once in a while. Anyway, that'll be it for this kind of Q&A for the Walking Dead comic book series. Heads up, guys, for this weekend. We got Fear the Walking Dead coming back. We got the Walking Dead special. We got all kinds of crazy stuff coming up. So going to be producing lots of videos the next couple of months with you guys. And I hope you like them. I hope you'll stick through with them, guys. If you like this one, though, you can thumb it up below. You can share. You can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe to the channel, I do appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for all your support. You can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another. As always, it's Trev saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon.